Hey, we're here at the Somernites Cruise in Somerset, Kentucky. The theme of the Somernites Cruise today is MOPARs. The Somernites Cruise has been going on now. We're going into the 20th year. This thing started back in 2001. We've already met a gentleman who's got a really nice collection of MOPARs, and he's got some of them here. We're going to talk to him, and we're getting started right now. Hey everyone, I'm here with Terry, who is here at the show, and he has got a great collection of MOPARs here today. One of them, this beautiful 71 Cuda. He's got a couple of Superbirds here, roadrunners. It's a beautiful collection. Terry, how long have you been coming to this show?
Oh, I think they've been having the show for 20 years, so I usually come a couple of times every year, probably for the last 20 years.
You brought these 3 MOPARs with you today. How many do you have in your collection?
I've got about 75 cars.
75 cars, all MOPARs, but they're mixed in.
No, they're I've about all muscle cars.
Well, one day we're going to have to get down and see that collection.
Well, we'd love to have you down anytime.
Right, you're down in Russell Springs?
Russell Springs, Kentucky, Garden Spot of the world. There you go.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about this beautiful blue Hemi Cuda.
Well, I bought this car at the Bear Jackson auction in Las Vegas. There was some other folks there that was pretty seriously interested in the car, but I was fortunate enough to be the last bidder, and I was really tickled with the car. I mean, it's in great shape.
It's a beautiful, beautiful car.
I think it's one of 57 4-speed cars built that year.
It's incredible. You have 75 cars in your collection. Have you sort of collected those over the years, mostly through auctions, or
mostly through Mecum and Barrett Jackson, and Greensboro Auto Auction is another one that I attend, and I enjoy all models. I have a collection of 6 Boss 429 Mustangs. I have a collection of 6 Boss 429 Mustangs. It's sort of the centerpiece of the collection.
That's awesome.
A lot of Corvettes, GTOs, and
so what of all your collection, what's your favorite car?
Well, I have a black Boss 429 that has 6,800 actual miles on it, and it's pretty special. One of the very first cars that I got in the collection was a 62 Corvette with 20 actual miles on it.
Wow. How many miles on it now?
About 22.
Terry, you're going to wear it out. Be careful now.
Well, it's got the original tires and everything. I didn't want to. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I can't wait to see it. Of all those cars, is there anything missing? What do you need to add to your collection?
I sold my split window 63 a few years back, and I've regretted it. Of course, like all cars you sell, you regret it. And so now I'm looking for a fuel-injected split window 63 Corvette.
Another beautiful car.
But I do have the 83rd Corvette ever built.
No kidding.
It was previously owned by Alan Jackson, the country music singer, and I bought that for my wife on her 50th birthday. That was her birthday present. She was born in '53, so she wanted the 53 the first year, of course. But that's a very nice car.
Yeah, that's awesome. Kind of a piece of history.
Yeah, it is, and we've got just like that. There's a lot of cars that I have had and still have that's got the history behind it. Whether it's Ford Motor Racing team that raced in 1966. They built 57 Fords just for racing. There's just 20 of them known to exist today, and I've got one. It's got 6,000 actual miles on it.
Wow, that's incredible.
And I've got several sort of semi-famous race cars that drag cars back in the day and whatnot. So, but the cars I grew up with.
Yeah, that's very cool.
You bet.
We can't wait to take a look at that collection. We're gonna hold you to that, right?
You bet.
All right.
You bet.
You heard it, people. Right?
Anytime.
Awesome.
Always
Thanks.
well.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks.
You bet.
Hey everyone, we're here with Eddie McMillin. Eddie, these cars are impressive. Now I understand you built both these cars and you own this one here.
This is mine, yes.
Tell me a little bit about this car. It's beautiful.
This is a 1971 Cuda. Started out just a crappy green 318 car with an automatic transmission, and we course, no trunk pan, quarter panels, just like all of them. You have to save them, you know.
Right.
And we turned it into what you see here, and with a 499 cubic inch big block and 3 840 big performance racing carburetors, 4 barrels. Got 3 4 barrels.
What inspired the Incredible Hulk theme?
The color. When we had it in paint and we got it painted, as soon as me and my wife saw it, we thought Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
So then we got our guys to do the airbrush work, and they did the mural and stuff on the trunk, and then we had one later on the hood, and then we actually, Lou Ferrigno came to town to Knoxville to the Comic Con.
Oh wow.
I took the trunk lid off, and we got to go in the convention center and meet Lou Ferrigno, and he autographed our trunk lid.
You told me earlier that you're not a pro, but I'm looking at this car, and to call this anything short of a pro build, it would be a mistake because it's beautiful.
Well, thank you. Like I said, that's what makes me the most proud. Most people have them and have them professionally built in shops, and we just did it at home, just in our garage.
How long did it take you to put this car together?
Usually it takes me a year to build a car.
Is that right?
And of course, that's on the side, keeping my day job too.
Yeah, now what do you do?
I do roofing. We tear off shingles and put them back on. Yep.
You have other cars besides this one?
Yeah, we have a 68 Chevelle, and it has a big block, and it has 2 blowers. Has one stacked on top of the other.
Couldn't get enough out of one.
There we go. Yeah, I couldn't do enough out of one.
Yeah. Now, I understand you built this SuperBee.
Yes.
What's going on with this car?
Now, this car is the same way as a friend of mine's car, and he actually, this is his original first car. He's in his 50s now. He bought this car as Randy Adams. He bought this car when he was 15 years old with a blown motor headed to the junkyard.
Wow.
And this is still the same original car. And he has drug it around since 2001, disassembled and in storage containers, and moved in 3 different states, and he brought it to me with 2 doors and not a bolt in anywhere. And a year later, we turned it into this.
Well, it's incredible. You know, the engines, everything about them just so outrageous.
Yes.
So if I have a project, can I bring it to you?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna somebody get his number. Right. I think our camera guy here, he's got some ideas.
There we go. And then, of course, it is original SuperBee. Like I said, it's a 1970 Dodge Coronet, and it was a 383 4-speed car. And we still have the original motor and still have the 4-speed transmission. And it's like with my car. I try not to do anything to these MOPARs. A lot of people, the purists, will get really mad because they think you've made a race car out of one of these cars.
Now, did you tell me that you did the upholstery work?
I do the upholstery stuff.
That's impressive. Where did you learn all these skills?
From being poor, I guess. You know, when you're young, I said I always hated being poor because everything you had to work on.
Right.
Now, as I've gotten older, well, I've grown to appreciate it. Now there's not much on a car that I can't do.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
So, thank you.
I can't tell you how much we appreciate you letting us take a look at them.
Yes, and that was the trunk lid, the mural on the trunk lid kind of has a story about Be Resurrected is the name.
Right.
And that kind of came up with, I always tease about having to resurrect a car from the dead. So that's where we got that. I told my airbrushers I want a lightning bolt coming out, striking the graveyard, and resurrecting that bee back to life. So that's where we came up with the name, Be Resurrected.
It's very neat and kind of fits the story because this thing was headed to a junkyard.
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
imagine?
Exactly.
This thing could have ended up, you know, a tin can somewhere.
Yeah.
499 cubic inches.
Yes.
What kind of power you get out of this thing?
Older builder says that either are capable of making around 1,000 horsepower, but he also says that they're capable of flipping pulleys and maybe making as much as 1,300 horsepower.
Well, listen, I'm not going to inform any of the police around here when you go to pull out because I'm not sure if you're going to make it out of this town without a few tickets in hand.
They're awesome to drive and show, and like I said, we just have a great time with them. And been really blessed with this car. Been on the cover of 2 different magazines and 4 or 5 others. And like I said, this is only the second time we've got this one out somewhere, so we know we've got a good adventure ahead of us with this car also.
Yeah, they're both amazing. Thank you so much for giving us a tour.
Thank you.
Thank you.